Oh, she doesn't look like me. Let's make a new one.
What? Michael suddenly said as he looked into his daughter Olivia's face.
She looks too bad.
It was a cruel insult from her father to her daughter. And as if things couldn't get any worse, Michael's affair, his mistress, and their child are exposed.
I was stupid to think he wouldn't say anything that would hurt Olivia.
Although the divorce was inevitable, the shock affected Olivia deeply and led to her emotional distress. However, a year later, Olivia met a boy named Ethan, which ignited her passion for acting. 5 years later, her dedication has made her a popular child actress. But the story took a different turn when Michael suddenly appeared and exclaimed,
Hey, I came to see you. You're such a talented daughter. How about coming home with me?
Olivia quietly raised her voice in response to her estranged father's selfish request. My name is Linda, now in her mid-30s. She still spends her days as a part-time housewife. My husband Michael is 1 year older than me, and we have a beautiful daughter named Olivia. Olivia was exactly what I had imagined. But Michael was a little disappointed when she came into the world.
She really wanted me to look like her,
he said regrettably. At that time, I didn't understand the meaning of those words. But as time passed, I became painfully aware of their true meaning. Michael takes pride in his role within a prestigious company and exudes confidence that he is truly special and deserving of recognition and admiration from all quarters. He has a strong belief that his own excellence is not just an expectation, but a birthright of his family and friends. On the other hand, I am indecisive and I am not confident with my appearance. Only my academic achievements serve as evidence of my unique strengths. Our first meeting in the quiet hallways of the university library seemed almost fateful. As someone who has always struggled with self-doubt, Michael's unwavering confidence was truly appealing. Overwhelmed by his confident aura, I confessed my feelings to him, and we got married. For several years after Olivia was born, our family remained happy.
Excuse me, I'm a talent scout, and I couldn't help but notice how beautiful your daughter is.
Are you scouting for child actors?
Of course I do scouting on behalf of the agency.
I get it. It takes insight to recognize my genetic advantage.
He firmly believed that his descendants were genetic. This moment brought immense joy to Michael. Even at the young age of 3, even the most unbiased observer could not deny Olivia's inherent charm. Olivia, what do you think about testing your child's talent on television?
I'll do it.
Well said. That's why you were my girl.
Although Olivia was too young to fully understand the implications of her decision, it is clear that she is driven by her desire to make her father proud of her. She accepted the offer without thinking, but around her 6th birthday, something changed for her.
Olivia has started to look like you lately.
Do you think so? I think she's starting to look like you too.
No, if she looked like me, she wouldn't have grown so ugly.
Don't you find it attractive? How can you say that about our daughter, Olivia?
That's the harsh reality. Olivia works as a child actress. In that world, she's considered unattractive by that standard.
The entertainment world may be tough, but as a parent, you shouldn't say that.
What do you know? Other than your academic success, you are ordinary. You have no special talent, so you are not going to talk back to me.
What are you doing?
Yes, speaking of her studies. If she's like you, she must be good at studying too. She may not look that good, but I think she's famous for her knowledge. That's what she is. It's working in our favor. Maybe it is.
So he decided to have Olivia take the entrance exam for an elite elementary school. All I wanted was a happy and harmonious family. Why does Michael have to be so cruel? I couldn't bring myself to break up with him because I lacked the insight and determination to do so. I believed that if we communicated well, everything would be better in the end. But no matter what I say, Michael just looks down on us. He always criticizes Olivia's appearance and calls her average. At least he never said anything like that in front of her. After Olivia passes the entrance exam, Michael feels a moment of happiness. Embarrassingly, I was used to sensing his mood, and I was relieved because he was in good mood. But deep down, I knew that this superficial happiness, too dependent on his whims, was not sustainable. One Sunday morning when Olivia was in 4th grade, Michael suddenly said,
"Perhaps we should get a divorce."
"What?"
Pa.
The day was a special holiday for Olivia and an opportunity for her family to enjoy some relaxing time together. But then Michael started talking about divorce in front of Olivia.
No, wait a minute. Let's dock somewhere else.
It's okay. Olivia is old enough to understand that, okay?
I'll
just say it straight because tinkering with it is a waste of time, but Olivia's face doesn't look good, so I'm thinking of remaking it.
Michael, what are you talking about?
Because it's true. I mentioned Olivia's face when we were talking.
That was when we were alone. I could handle it then. You've never said it to Olivia before, so I thought there was at least some consideration and love. But I stood stunned and hugged Olivia as she began to cry, covering her ears.
Is that all you have to say? It's actually perfect timing that my mistress is pregnant. I'll pay child support, so could you take her in?
I would have done so even without you saying. I don't need a father for Olivia who would hurt her. After that, the paperwork was completed as if it had been prepared in advance. However, the time following the divorce was even more challenging. The elementary school Olivia had been attending was filled with children from upper-class families, and once a distance was created, it felt almost impossible to re-enter their circle. My divorce story spread quickly, causing the kids to distance themselves from Olivia, and at the same time, I found myself no longer being invited to parent gatherings, and as Olivia became more and more distressed, she developed a mild case of body dysmorphic disorder. She began to detest looking in mirrors, convinced that the reason she was being shunned at school was because of her face. Naturally, her career as a child entertainer also went on hiatus. By that time, there was hardly any work left, so retirement was also considered.
I'm not going to school today. If I walk outside with this face, I'll surely be laughed at. This nose, why is it so crooked?
Let me clarify that my daughter's nose is not crooked at all, but to her, it appears that way, and day after day, she berates her own face, holding her head in her hands in distress. Seeing Olivia like this, I felt that something had to change. I thought about taking her to a hospital, but neither the medical clinic nor counseling seemed to have any effect. If anything, it might have had the opposite effect.
That doctor laughed at my face. The counselor too. They're making fun of my face.
Her paranoia became stronger, leading to even more emotional instability. It seemed all we could do was wait for her to naturally recover. I decided to face this challenge with perseverance. Instead of forcing her through rigorous treatments, I tried to calm her down mainly through distractions. Olivia, let's go to the mountains today. How about we try forest bathing?
Okay.
Olivia, who was initially reluctant, gradually became more willing to go outside. A year later, when Olivia reached the 5th grade, she had recovered enough to attend school again. I breathed a sigh of relief, though she still smiled rarely. The fact that she no longer resisted going outside meant that her body dysmorphic disorder must have improved. She became less unstable than before. In the midst of this, Olivia brought home a boy. His name is Ethan.
Mom, Ethan is just like me.
Just like you? Ethan, who had recently transferred to our school due to his stepfather's job relocation, had quite the story to share. His mother had coerced him into the world of child acting from a very young age, a revelation that struck a chord with Olivia. Despite the forceful push into acting by his mother, Ethan found a genuine love for the craft and mostly complied with her demands willingly. However, the more he complied, the more his mother's demands escalated, to the point where she insisted on practice sessions that stretched until bedtime, even at home. Reaching his breaking point, Ethan finally mustered the courage to stand up to his mother, marking his first act of rebellion. In response, his mother, infuriated by his defiance, resorted to providing only the bare minimum care, a decision that deeply affected Ethan. Interestingly, Ethan's father, who had always been supportive of letting him explore his own interests, ultimately divorced his mother following intense disagreements over their parenting approach.
Hey, Ethan, this place is good, right?
Yeah.
What's up?
Actually, I asked him to perform for me. He agreed, as long as no one sees his performance.
Since Olivia used to be a child actor, she became interested in acting. Olivia seems to have pleaded with Ethan to perform for her. Taking the cue, I excused myself to another room, giving them space. Listening in, I could hear Olivia's voice filled with admiration and wonder, a sound that warmed my heart to its core. After Ethan left, Olivia turned to face me, her expression transformed by a newfound determination.
Mom, I've decided to return to acting. But this time, not as a mere talent, but as a child actor with a focus on the craft.
Really?
Ethan's performance was breathtaking, as if he transcended himself to become someone else entirely. I've always struggled with self-acceptance, but through acting, I feel I can escape, embodying someone entirely different. And that, to me, feels liberating.
Olivia, I hear you loud and clear. It's high time we considered your future endeavors seriously, and if this is your calling, then so be it.
So, you agree with me?
Of course, my dear, but brace yourself, for the journey ahead is fraught with challenges. Are you prepared to face them head-on?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Her assertion about becoming someone else sparked a glimmer of hope within me that perhaps this could be her pathway to overcoming her battles with self-image. After successfully negotiating Olivia's enrollment in the child actor division of a talent agency, their household dove into a rigorous routine. Olivia's life was carefully structured around a nutritious diet, sufficient rest, and regular physical activity, not to mention the essential beauty regimens. For a child at an age brimming with curiosity and a desire for play, the scarcity of leisure time seemed particularly cruel. Yet, even through sessions marred by tears, Ethan's unwavering support was a constant, helping her to persevere through the daily grind. This strict regimen allowed Olivia to flourish beautifully as she grew, gradually shedding the insecurities that once weighed her down. Time flew, and before they knew it, 5 years had passed, with Olivia stepping into her junior year of middle school. A particular performance caught the attention of a director that year, opening doors to new opportunities. Initially cast in minor roles, Olivia's impeccable performances quickly made her a sought-after talent. Her rise to fame was cemented with a commercial contract, significantly boosting her visibility. Olivia, you've truly outdone yourself to reach this point. The journey ahead remains daunting, but I have every confidence in your ability. Ethan, I can't thank you enough. Without you, Olivia's journey would have been much harder.
Please, no more. I'm determined to keep striving.
Indeed, it was Olivia's dedication that brought us here, not mine.
On an ordinary day, with Ethan's presence in our lives feeling as natural as ever, an unexpected visitor turned everything upside down. The doorbell rang. Coming? I called out, impulsively opening the door without checking who it was. A decision I would regret. Who might you be? Oh, Michael.
Dad, what brings you here?
Oh, I didn't know that you were friends with my daughter. Ethan is the son of my current wife.
The stepchild. So, what brings you here after all this time? Don't you dare refer to her as your daughter, not after you abandoned us.
Enough! I didn't come for you. I came for my talented daughter. Come, Olivia, let's go home together.
Remember your last words. You called Olivia that thing. After failing to acknowledge her as your daughter, why pretend to be a father now?
That's irrelevant. It's been too long. What's wrong with wanting to live with my own child?
What statute of limitations? Whether we care or not is our decision, not yours. You've no right here, especially no parental rights.
Dad, please stop. I never imagined the father Olivia talked about was you.
Quiet. I wasn't talking to you too. Ethan, are you opposing your parents?
As if you ever saw me as your son. You can't make me forget what you said when I wanted to quit acting.
Ethan says that even after Michael remarried Ethan's mother, Michael continued to torment Ethan. Ethan, who isn't working as a child actor, was often told that he's a troublesome child. Michael's words like "you're such a bother" and "you're inferior because you didn't inherit my blood" were extremely hurtful coming from a father.
What does that mean to you? After all, it's the truth. I was talking to Olivia. All outsiders should disappear. It's too early to interfere in my affairs, you bastard.
At a pivotal moment, Olivia had the courage to step forward and take on the challenge.
Olivia, will you come with me?
Who are you?
What?
Since then, I have never thought of you as a parent. Because of you, I have suffered from dysmorphophobia for many years.
Did it hurt? Ha!
Because you abandoned me, I became estranged from my friends. My mother suffered greatly, even though she worked tirelessly to support our family. And yet, you're tormenting Ethan here. Stop acting like a father. You're nothing but a devil. You're absolutely rebellious. I don't want to see you anymore.
What are you talking about, Olivia? How's Linda's education going? Or is that Eden who told you such lies? Ethan is a delinquent son who doesn't listen to his parents.
Please stop. It's so disrespectful. Do you enjoy it when a child who is not yet old is told something like this? You haven't changed at all. After all, you are not qualified to be someone's parent. I pushed away my ex-husband, who stood there as if his soul had left him, and closed the door. Of course, my ex-husband never came to visit after that. Ethan left his parents' home and went to a boarding high school. Olivia seems to want to become an actress or entertainer. I fully supported her and sent her to a school in LA that was tolerant of entertainment activities. By the way, Ethan visited Michael's company and said goodbye to him.
I don't remember you taking good care of me, but I came to say bye to you. I enrolled as a theater scholarship student, so I plan to move in as soon as I graduate.
However, if he did that, he would have a hard time even going home today. I easily consulted a child consultation center, using the foster care system. I decided to act as Ethan's stepmother and take care of him until he moved to a dormitory. Meanwhile, rumors spread at Michael's company that he had abandoned his child. Michael was the subject of rumors, was unable to concentrate on work, made a series of mistakes, and was fired. A few months later, Olivia's graduation ceremony. She will be living alone in LA starting next year. She is looking forward to going out into the world, meeting a lot of people, practicing a lot, and becoming a popular actress. I sincerely hope she enjoys her new life without overdoing it. 2 years had passed in the blink of an eye. Today was the day Olivia was coming home with Ethan. Just then, I was brought back to reality by the sound of the door opening.
Mom, I'm back.
Hi.
Welcome home, my love. I'm so glad you're back.